What are you expecting from Chavez Jr. now that he's under your?
Well, look, right now, the way we talked yesterday, he's very motivated and excited about starting training camp. I told him, the rest of this week, my main focus is Jesus Cuellar, and he knows that. We're gonna start training Monday, so we'll hopefully on Monday when we start, things go the way I expect them to go.
Hey Robert, how did you pairing with Julio happen?
Well, it was a surprise to me. I was actually working in my gym in Riverside, putting up the ring, and I got a call from a reporter from Mexico telling me that he had just talked to Julio. I said, you know what, this is not the first time this happened, so I didn't really pay attention to it. So I was working on my ring, and my phone died out. It died. So then late at night, when I turned back on, I had a few messages and a few missed calls from Julio himself. So we talked, and we met last night, and it looks like we'll start training Monday because he knows I have this fight on Saturday, and I told him I need to take care of this fight first. So he gets to Riverside Sunday, so we'll start training Monday.
Was there any concerns training him?
There's always been concerns, especially with all the negative things throughout his career, everything that we've seen on TV and everything that everybody says. But talking to him yesterday and getting to feel the way he's thinking, especially after that loss, it looks like he's gonna do things right. Our conversations were all yes, whatever you want to do, however you want it. We talked about sparring, we talked about running, training in the mornings, doing the boxing at nights, in the evenings. And he was okay with everything. He said, yeah, he's come. Main thing is coming to my gym. It's not like he wants me to go to his house and train in his backyard. So he seemed to understand that he needs to do something different and better for his own good, or else he's always going to be the guy that could have been great.
How do you feel you can make him better?
I've always said it, man. Since I seen him growing up, fighting in the pros, I've always said that that he had a lot of potential. He's got a tremendous heart, tremendous chin, great power. He just needs to work on little things, that I need to do. That's my job now. Those things he already has. Now I need to work on little things, teach him new things that he needs to learn, and that I want him to do, so we could show what he really is about.
The main thing about him, you could tell like on his Instagram and stuff like that, he looks like he's serious. And you could say part of it is because of the loss, part of it because he just became a dad too. But his dad made a comment that like you're not training like a full-time fighter, and he mentioned what you mentioned, like training at home sometimes, and just to get him in the gym and really get more of a regimen down.
See, I think things happen for a reason, and I'm not saying I'm happy that he lost, because I've always been a fan and actually a friend of him. I come before his last fight, he would call me over. I would come to his house. We stay up to 2 or 3 in the morning just talking, because that has happened before. He's a good dude. He's a good friend of mine. So I'm not happy that he lost, but things do happen for a reason. I think that was something like that had to happen for him to open his eyes and say, you know what, I need to do things right. One thing that I've told him and a lot of my fighters is, you guys are special. You guys are different. You guys are not your normal friends that could go out, have fun, and drink and party and then come back and become a world champion. You're different. You're special. I told him, you have to realize that your next 3 or 4 years have to be 100% boxing. If you don't give it 100% boxing, then you're never going to be the person that you need to be. 10 years from now, you're going to regret it and say, I should have done it. I should have done that those 4 years. Because in 4 years, he could have 12, 15 fights if he stays busy and make a lot of money, where he doesn't have to worry about anything for the rest of his life. His kids, his family, could be very, very, very well taken care of. But if he doesn't, 10 years from now, he's going to try to make a comeback, or he's going to find a way to make some money. A lot of fighters start doing things that they're not supposed to make money, or they end up getting into drugs. We've seen that happen many times. and I hate to see something like that happen to a great fighter like Julio. So I had to give him that talk too. Me as a trainer is not only just to teach him how to fight, but also give him good advice and make him understand what a boxer's life really is, because we know 70% of the boxers' lives end up broke, and maybe even more. I'm saying 70, maybe 80, 90 end up broke, and very few are the ones that could live the rest of their lives comfortably. You hardly ever see that.
Robert, what do you see in him that makes him great?
He has, skills he's always had, little things that I want to work on, of course, that I might teach him. But he's got a tremendous heart, great power, a great chin. So right there, those things itself is something that nobody can give you. He already has. The little things that I'm going to teach him are things that, that's my job to teach him. How to use his jab a little more, how to stand a little bit more sideways instead of just too squared off in front of his opponent. He's tall. Use your long, straight shots. Why get in there and go at the level that your opponent is, where your opponent wants you? Why do that? He needs to, learn those little things. That's my job. The rest, I can't give him a heart. I can give him a punch. I can give him a chin. But he already has it. So those are big advantages there. Very few fighters have all those important things. Very few fighters have that.
160 or 168?
I think 168 to start off. The next couple of fights is going to be 168.
You actually met him at this gym when you brought Eddie to spar him.
Well, I had already met him before, but yeah, we came and we were helping him up for sparring with Eddie Alicia, and they had tremendous sparring. He was actually working out hard. Those were the only times I've seen him train, and of course, everything that we've heard. He doesn't like to train. He trains at 2 in the morning in his house, stuff like that. I've heard that. But the times that I've seen him train here in this gym, he trained hard. Last night, he trained hard. In his house, but he trained hard. So now it's time for him to do, in the gym, follow instructions and do what he's supposed to. He said he hardly ever likes to spar, but he says, but I'm going to spar as many times as you want me to spar. That's already saying something good,